You want to lose that stubborn mommy pouch or baby weight that just won't seem to budge. Here are the only 3 things that you need to be focusing on. This will work whether in your 30s or 50s, have PCOS, hormonal imbalances, cortisol belly, menopause, or no health conditions at all. This has worked for hundreds of my clients, whether they gave birth 9 months ago or 20 years ago, so I guarantee it'll work for you too. Definitely save this if you're ready to shed that stubborn belly fat, and share it with a friend who you think might find this helpful. So the first thing that you need to understand is that you can't spot reduce fat. Instead, you want to focus on how you can lose overall body fat, including fat in your stomach, and these 3 steps are going to show you exactly how to do that. Number 1, you want to be in a slight calorie deficit, and the reason I say slight is because if you're in too much of a calorie deficit, your metabolism will severely slow down, which will be detrimental, especially if you're a woman 35 and up. A calorie deficit essentially means that you're eating less calories than you burn, which leads to weight loss. And here's how you calculate what your unique calorie deficit needs to be. You want to take your goal weight times 12, and that's going to be your calorie deficit. For example, if your goal weight is 150 pounds, 150 times 12 is 1,800 calories. Now, you don't have to eat this exact amount every single day because that's really hard to maintain. You just want to average it. So say Monday you're eating 1,700 calories, next day 1,800, next day 2,000, next day 1,900. I recommend being in about a 200 calorie buffer of the number. So for example, eating between 1,700 and 1,900 calories. So if we look at this example of a week of eating, you see some days we're over 1,800, some days we're under, but we're still averaging out to be at about 1,800 calories. So being in a calorie deficit will help us lose weight, but we also want to make sure we're losing fat because that's what's going to lead to having that slim, lean stomach area. And these next 2 things are going to help with that. Number 2, you want to make sure you're getting in enough protein. Protein aids in muscle building and muscle recovery, and women with more muscle have a faster metabolism, making fat loss 10 times easier. So in order to calculate your protein goals, if you weigh more than 225 pounds, take your current weight times 0.6. That is your daily protein goal. If you weigh 225 pounds or less, take your current weight times 0.8, and that's your daily protein goal. And if you're plant-based, vegan, or vegetarian, take your current weight times 0.4, and that's your daily protein goal, because it's a little bit harder to get in protein when you are plant-based. Number 3, and if you do this on top of the first 2, your stomach is going to completely transform. That is, you want to lift weights 3 to 4 times per week for 45 minutes to an hour per session, 4 workouts per session. The reason this is important is because if you're in a calorie deficit, you're going to lose weight. If you're eating enough protein, you're going to maintain your muscle mass because protein aids in muscle building and muscle recovery, which means the only thing left to lose is fat. Now, when you add lifting weights on top of that, you are losing fat and building muscle, which leads to that lean, toned look everywhere, especially in your stomach. If you do these 3 things consistently for 6 months, you're going to be amazed by how much your belly transforms. So if you found this helpful, do me a favor and give me a follow. And if you want more personalized help when it comes to fitness, nutrition, and change your relationship with food so you can lose the belly fat and the fat everywhere and achieve and maintain your weight loss goals, I would love to help you. You can learn all about our coaching program at the link in my bio.